1, 2, 3, rolling. Hey, well, Ryan, welcome.
Thanks. How are you?
Welcome to the Bay Vibes.
Thank you.
Jubin is my neighbor. So we just had our podcast recently. I just met him and he was like, turns out to be an actor. And I'm into the cinematography, actors, and all that kind of stuff. So we vibed right away. I called him over, and ever since, he's part of our little thing here. So, and he's been bringing all kinds of cool guests. And one of them was you. He told me a lot about you. Like, hey, I got this very cool UFO guy. So when we started this podcasting thing, we just there was just one episode I just wanted to mix it up, and I started talking about conspiracies.
Beautiful.
And ever since I became like this conspiracy kind of a guy, but it was never my intention. It was just like, oh, you're the conspiracy guy.
Totally.
So, and then Rubin goes, hey, you're into conspiracies? I have this UFO kind of guy and stuff like that. So
I'm like a vending machine. Yeah.
so you can so what is your I just want to gauge the how do you say, the spectrum of like how crazy are we talking when it comes to UFOs or like you mentioned Bigfoot and stuff like that. So you believe that UFOs exist, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And currently they're called UAPs.
Yes.
Recent-
UAPs is the new term,
Uh-huh.
which I get asked about it a lot, and I'm fine with it.
Uh-huh.
It's basically the government or the Pentagon has decided to call them UAPs because they are now way more open about the fact that they're real. I mean, they're just straight up admitting it now. But they want a different term than UFO because UFO is so loaded.
It's just too specific also, right? Like a
Yeah, I mean,
flying
it's
object.
the same thing.
But that one was unidentified anomalous
Phenomenon.
phenomena. So that's more like a little bit more generic term.
Yeah, it's a little more generic, a little less stigma, a little more red tape.
Oh, I
you know?
see. So UFO became like way too overused. Is that the
Yeah.
thing?
I just, when people hear UFO, they go crazy. But it's very real. And the U.S. government now, I mean, there's been, 3 congressional hearings in the last couple of years, straight up admitting.
By real, we're talking about like extraterrestrial life form or intelligence.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I like to call it non-human intelligence.
Non-human intelligence.
Because extraterrestrial implies from space. And my take on it, which has evolved over time, I grew up just loving sci-fi and thinking gray aliens, little green men from Zeta Reticuli and abducting hillbillies and all the classic stuff, or making contact with the government and like secret meeting. I believed all that stuff just because, that's what I was told. But I've evolved over time, mostly because I don't want to be, I don't want to feel like an idiot. And I love science and I love like astrophysics and I love all that kind of stuff. So I want to have it be in that same plane and not just be spouting a bunch of crap that's like super wrong. But history has caught up well, I think, with my theory, which is not the usual theory. But I don't think that they're coming from space.
Okay.
And I don't think they ever were, at least not any time recently, not for the last 100,000 years or whatever.
Okay.
So I don't think they're coming from space. So extraterrestrial sounds, or it implies that they're coming from space. And they're not, definitely.
But you're implying that there's some other form of intelligence besides humans.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And that's what the government's admitting.
Okay.
For real.
Sounds good. And could you give me a little bit more detail as to what it is?
No.
No.
I'm just kidding. No. So my theory, and I'm pretty much convinced of this. I am convinced. All based on evidence and no hearsay. You don't have to believe one person who's seen something, or, I know a guy who saw this, or I saw one video that looked really real. You could disregard all of it. But my theory is that they're coming from the ocean, and that they always were. They're coming from the ocean. We know where. There's about 5 or 6 places around the world that these things come out of, and they've been coming out of there forever. And the sightings, if you go back through history, I mean, Christopher Columbus saw them on his boat on the way to the U.S. to like discover, so to speak, the new
Just
world.
like swimming or?
No, flying above the ocean.
Okay.
But Christopher Columbus in his captain's log mentions tic-tac crafts. So, but yeah, they're coming out of the ocean. They zip around and they fly, and they go under the water and out. And they've been seen forever. And if you make like a Venn diagram of like all the UFO sightings over the years, which is just mind-boggling, right? Because it's like a big part of it is American folklore too, with sci-fi and our culture of all this stuff. Like 90% is absolute crap, right? But there's the very real stuff. But if you do a Venn diagram of all of the random people sightings over the years and fakes and the real thing and all that, where it connects for the real stuff is always somewhere near the ocean. And the term flying saucer, you know, people always say it looks like a flying saucer. That's like a tic-tac craft. That's the same look. Mm-hmm. So in the 1950s and 60s, you know, of course you're going to think, well, it's a flying saucer. But the legitimate reports all fit the same description. So coming out of the ocean, and they look like that. And it gets weird, though. So, but where history has really caught up fast, and this is why the U.S. government's admitting now, they're admitting that it's really happening, but they're not saying what it is. And I don't think they know what it is. But they basically don't care about us, the aliens, or whatever the hell they are. They don't care. I think of these tic-tac looking craft that are flying out there, like off of San Diego is the major hub of the world of them. But I think that those are more of a device than it's not like a plane or like a flying saucer with a little dude in it that looks kind of like a human with a steering wheel and a window, right? Just cruising into Earth like to come abduct us and have a council and a senate.
How big are we talking? Like scale-wise?
40 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, about 40 feet.
Mm-hmm, okay.
Verified, though, by the Air Force and the Navy and the Weather Service and Department of Homeland Security. So, like I said, you don't have to believe any hearsay at all now, which is great. You can just stick to the facts.
And you can find those facts on like their official documentation.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And they've been filmed on what they call FLIR cameras, which is that kind of grainy looking black and white film footage that has like data all over the sides. You see a lot of that now with UFOs in it.
Okay.
And that, it doesn't look great. It doesn't look like an iPhone, like 4K, but it has all the data of everything on film in it. So that's what the military uses. And it has like the temperature, how dense the thing is, how fast it's going, if it's a parallax effect, which is like if you have like a little speck flying in front of your camera, but you're filming something far away and there's no blur or no f-stop stuff, it'll look like that speck is like zipping hundreds of miles an hour far away, which can be mistaken for a UFO. They call that parallax effect. But military FLIR camera will not pick that up. It'll know exactly what it is. And so the FLIR camera footage from warships and planes and all that stuff, with these tic-tacs in it, it shows it's a real object, how fast it's going, and also the fact that it has no fucking propulsion. Can I swear?
Yeah.
Nice.
No problem.
Thank you. Yeah, no fucking propulsion, no heat signature, nothing. And they're on film, military film, and they're talking about it. The government's arguing with themselves in these congressional meetings about it, going from 80,000 feet above sea level, and then in like 1 or 2 seconds, all the way down to the surface of the ocean. For real. And then it'll pause, like as if you paused like a DVD player. And like it can be hurricane winds and it just pauses there and then zips off again, or it goes underwater. It's totally mind-blowing.
That's
But
cool.
they don't care about us. They don't contact us. I don't think the aliens have talked to our leaders in secret and made pacts and deals and stuff. Not at all.
So they're just living their own life.
Yeah. Totally.
What else do we know about them? So they just fly around sometimes.
They fly around. They come out of the water. So they're deep down. And there's been reports forever from the Navy of like submarines seeing them. And what I think they are is, have you ever heard of a von Neumann machine?
No.
It's a thing. John von Neumann was like an Einstein type back in the day. He was one of the guys that was in the Manhattan Project with Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Like von Neumann was even more of a gangster than Oppenheimer. And he was also one of the highest IQs in world history.
Okay.
But so he's like invented like the modern computer and, von Neumann's cool. But one of his theories, and Einstein agreed, that in the universe there absolutely has to be somewhere self-replicating robots. Like little ants that just fucking spread through the universe, eating and reproducing, and that's it.
That sounds like us, no?
Yeah, it's exactly like us. Yeah.
Okay.
People go, "Oh man, how could that be? How could a organism just eat and get laid and die?" It's like,
Yeah.
look at your parents, dude. But so there would have to be that in the expanse of the universe somewhere. And so they call them von Neumann machines. And I think that's what they are. And I think that they're down there mining or doing something, and they've been doing it forever. And the UFOs are just like a floating little drone monitoring, like not a security system, because they don't fight with us. We've tried to shoot them down with missiles. We have that on film too. Doesn't do anything. They don't care. Doesn't affect them. So I think they're just mining and monitoring their own stuff. But if you see that new documentary, Age of Disclosure, have you seen that?
No.
It just came out.
Okay.
They're on CNN and Fox are interviewing the director, and it's all about UFOs.
Okay.
People are going crazy for it. But they talk about that. They're like this one two fighter pilots that are very famous fighter pilots. They've engaged with these, and they filmed them, and some of the film has gone viral now. And they're talking about them, and they're like, it's nothing like what we have. We don't know what it is, but this is what we saw. And so the mindfuck is like the fighter jets will go and engage with these tic-tac looking things, and the tic-tac will lock on to the fighter jet. Any movement the fighter jet does, it just goes like that, exactly. And then it'll like zip the hell out. And then it'll go underwater or just fly out. And there's just, thousands of videos a year from random people filming them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So,
It's real.
So you're saying there are multiple hubs around the world, right? And they're mining. What do you think they're mining for?
I have no idea.
No. Okay.
That's the thing. Because of how convinced I am that it's real, and on my, TikTok channel, all that, people always like, well, what is it? Tell us what it is. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. And the government doesn't know either.
Why do you think it's not more broadcast to general audience?
It is.
It is
now.
broadcast, but it would just people just not picking up on it.
I think they are. I mean, the congressional hearings on UFOs they just had another one recently. You had Christopher Mellon, which was the former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense, which means like he's like was James Mattis or whatever that fucker's name was, who's like the Secretary of Defense. The guy under him who like runs the entire show, Christopher Mellon, was that guy. So that is the military, right? He's in these hearings and in this new documentary saying straight up, full chest, they are real, they're here, and it's not human. It's aliens. 100%. It's wild.
What I'm asking is, you think people just don't pay attention to it or don't believe in it? Even if
people are so distracted now. Like 20 years ago, the thing people always thought was, oh, well, if aliens are real and if we like found out they were real, people would go running in the street, or like society would break down. People go fucking nuts, right?
Uh-huh.
Now you're like, yo, aliens are real. People are like, oh, really? Oh, cool.
Okay.
And they just move on to something. Like, the world is so distracting now, and it's so crazy. People are so overwhelmed by everything.
Interesting.
It's like they almost don't even care, which we wouldn't have seen coming. But like Age of Disclosure, the new documentary, which I mixed feelings on it. It's pretty good, but it's perfect to send to a skeptical friend. Like if somebody's giving you shit and they're like, oh man, just give one piece of evidence ever and I'll believe it maybe, right? Show them that. that's good. It's good for that.
Okay. How did you start believing? When was that moment and you started like, I am convinced I believe in this? Is there like a story leading up?
I've had two
Okay.
of them. One was when I was a kid, and my uncle would tell me about UFOs. You know, he would just tell me. And I remember him saying, my uncle was super cool. We have all the same interests. Like, he was an oil painter, and I'm a painter and an artist. And he was into just everything I'm into. But he told me as a kid, I remember, he goes, UFOs and aliens are real. He goes, don't let adults lie to you. They're real. I promise. I'm like, okay. You know, and so like it just got me into it. So I just loved it. And maybe just the way I'm wired, but I also just naturally believed in ghosts and Bigfoot and fucking ESP. You know, I love that stuff. As I got older, I just loved it more and more and just super into it. But then at a certain point, when the internet started getting more of a thing, I started just finding myself getting really annoyed by believers. You know, it's like, I believe in it, but everyone's take would annoy me. You know, maybe I'm just irritable, but like also like my family kind of comes from a long line of science-minded people and stuff. I'm like, I don't know, you guys are fucking annoying, even though you're sort of believing in the same thing I do. And so then I started kind of like breaking apart my beliefs of it. I'm like, Bigfoot, I desperately want Bigfoot to be real, but it's probably not, right? Psychic things, ESP, totally real. But ghosts, I don't know. I have no idea. But the alien thing, I really wanted to believe in. And then I started building up a website and kind of online having like a real voice of like, with like people following and listening, talking about it all. But with like CGI and easy to fake, I started being like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I don't know. It's too overwhelming with the internet. And I just started kind of not losing my belief, but I started questioning whether or not the gray alien, you know, grays, that's what people always say. You know, like like on your shirt, like literally on your shirt. That guy.
Those are great.
Those are grays. And that's like the Roswell thing. I love that shirt.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm talking shit about you guys. But like Roswell, alien abductions, right? Fire in the Sky. Remember that movie? Mm-hmm. The dude, Travis Walton, the logging guy who got abducted. It's great.
Okay.
I've met him. It was interesting. But I was just like, I don't know if it's real or not. Because if it is, why wouldn't there be evidence yet? Like, I don't want to say that, but so I started kind of wavering, and then that's when my online UFO stuff sort of like, I kind of calmed down a little bit with it, but then it came roaring back.
Okay.
And then that's when I had my second wind that'll last me the rest of my life. And that's when the USS Nimitz off of San Diego filmed the Tic Tac crafts, full FLIR camera. That's when the fighter jets intercepted it. New York Times wrote a big article about it. And suddenly it was like, that is what it is. They're not coming from space.
How long was that ago?
2004.
Okay.
I think Nimitz was 2004. Because I know it had happened already when I opened the cafe.
What
so
was
it was before then.
What was the his story of the cafe? How did you open it? Why did you open it?
Flying Saucers Cafe. Yeah.
In Santa Monica.
In Santa Monica, yeah.
Was it just because you had a following from websites, or
No. I just I had moved to LA to play music.
Okay.
To be in a band and all that. I went to art school up here. Went down to LA to play music. But the whole time I was doing that stuff, I was working in cafes and, you know, in undergrad and college and all that stuff. So I ended up, by the time I was late 20s, I was a general manager for a corporate cafe with a bunch of locations.
I see.
Because I just worked the whole time.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, this is just my thing. Why do music, right? But yeah, by the time I was almost 30, I had 10 years of experience. And I started thinking I could just open my own cafe. That'd be so cool. I would love that. I've always just like hated working for other people or being told what to do, and it just seemed fun. Had experience, so I ended up, long story short, opening one, or I got an old record store that was vinyl records and cassettes and stuff, and I converted it to a cafe, and I'm like, I want to call it Flying Saucers.
Okay.
Because I love this stuff, and it's a fun name because of saucers, cups and saucers. So I did that, and at the same time, my UFO website that I had at the time, UFO Radar, was pretty big. Well, I thought it was big.
It's the website called UFO Radar?
Yeah.
Is it still running?
No, it's not.
Oh,
I
okay.
shouldn't have let it go, but UFO Radar was kind of big. I thought, like I said, I thought it was big. I get like 1,000 reads on like a blog post. It seemed amazing, right?
Definitely.
So I did Flying Saucers Cafe. It was themed like that. And then the cafe was very public. And then, people, because it's a niche thing, you get in the papers or people talking about it. Like, hey, there's a new cafe in Santa Monica. UFO themed. Homeboy who runs it is really into this stuff. And then that's when shit went public. Like, celebrities would come in, which is fun. I got a TV show out of it, where we did a pilot for a TV show on UFOs with me as the host, which is fun. We filmed it, and it got optioned by Travel Channel, but then they never produced episodes, so whatever.
Okay.
But it was fun. And then my website got big, and then I had that viral video that came out of there, which really went big. And then it became a fucking hilarious clusterfuck of UFO.
To give more context about that viral video, it's just like a blob in North Carolina.
It's the Blob.
It looked weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's called Unknown Life Form in North Carolina Sewer. Yeah, some guy just emailed it to me, to my website, and he goes, yeah, I work for the city of Raleigh, North Carolina. I filmed this thing. Check this out. It's like disgusting, and I don't know what it is. And I'm like, oh. It's like looks like a human heart, but it's like a blob creature stuck to the wall of a water line. And the city filmed it. Like a city contractor filmed it, so it's totally real. So I was like, well, this is going to get like 500 or 1,000 views. This would be great. Put it up. I made up some bullshit that I thought it was. I was like, oh, it's alien egg sacs, clearly.
Okay.
Right? So I just said what I thought it was, because it was legitimately weird. And within a day, it was like 1 million views on YouTube. And then it just fucking skyrocketed. Like by the next, I don't know, maybe the end of the next day, it was at a couple million, which in 2009 or whenever it was, that was a lot back then. Nowadays, whatever, you have like a toddler dancing and it gets like more. But back then it was a big deal. And it just kept on rising. And I remember at one point I filmed myself, like I filmed my screen, and I would refresh the browser every time it was another couple 100,000 views.
Wow.
And then the news picked it up. CNN talked about it. ABC, Aftonbladet in Sweden, like ran it as like a major national story because there's just nothing happening in Sweden. So they ran this big story that said like the blobs are invading America. And then in Japan and Germany, and like it was just like fun. Like people were bored. But the crazy thing was, the truly crazy, is that Michael Jackson died, I think in June of that year. And the Blob thing was in July. So it's like a month later or a few weeks later. And the number one YouTube video in the world was mine. And the number two was the prisoners dancing to Thriller. Remember in like Manila, the Philippines, there was like prisoners dancing to Thriller, and it was this big deal. My shit was number one, and that was number two.
That's cool.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was fun.
So.
And I just kept fanning the flames. Because I don't care. Like, I'm just like, this is great.
Definitely.
Super fun, And then the Department of Water and Power in Raleigh got pissed because it's like a big worldwide story about a blob in their water system. So they put out a story or a statement saying, it's not what that guy in LA says it is. It's we think it's tubifex worms. I'm like, it's not fucking tubifex worms. Tubifex worms are these little pink worms that like you can go fishing with, and they'll clump together, but you'll see it looks like a hairy mess of them. There's not a single worm you can see, and this thing like gets repelled by the light on the camera, and there's like 3 of them. So I fire off a statement saying they're alien egg sacs, they're lying, And then the University of North Carolina put out a statement, and they're like, "Hey, the biology department loves this video. We don't know what it is. That's great, but it's not tubifex worms." And he's crazy in LA, but we don't know what it is. We think it's awesome. The view. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was cool. So from then on, just on the internet, I have like a double life with UFOs.
You think the life that's underneath that sends out those saucer things? You think they look like that? Like the blob?
Could be. It could be. I really don't know what that blob is. I hope it's not tubifex worms. I don't think it is, but yeah, I mean, it could be.
It looks very organic, like a flesh type of
it's like
thing.
a pink slime
Slime
thing.
type of thing, yeah.
The thing in the ocean, I think that they are, like I said, von Neumann machines, but I think that it is some sort of ancient AI driven, and there's some biological part of it, but I don't think it's a straight up aliens. I think it's like a hybrid thing, because the U.S. government has said in these, because they're way more open about it than they ever were, that they have recovered biologics, they call it. They won't call it bodies, which is great, because I don't think they have any bodies. But biologics, it's like some weird alien shit. I don't know what it is. But I don't think it's alien people with arms and legs. I don't think the U.S. government knows what it is. So the big conspiracy that they're covering it all up, I think it's the opposite. I think they're covering their ignorance. They're like, they know it's real, but they don't know what the hell it is. And they don't want to admit that. So they just sort of like cover it.
But they still cover it. They still like publicize their findings.
Yeah, some of it.
Yeah, some of it, not all of it.
But like if you look in the last couple of years, Marco Rubio, he's just like some fucking politician. Big one though. But him and like Kirsten Gillibrand, Christopher Mellon, the Secretary of Defense guy, Harry Reid, Chuck Schumer, Trump. Trump has basically said it's real. He could be the one to really admit it. They're all saying it's real. We don't know what it is.
Have you heard Elon Musk saying, like,
Dude, Musk.
If I see a UFO, I'll let you guys know. I've never seen one.
Dude, he's an idiot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, he's obviously smart in some ways, right? And he's very rich, and that's awesome.
Okay.
But in terms of anything that matters with like science in general or worldview or alien stuff, it's the most non-curious, dumb bro take ever out of him. So it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, because, he'll be, well, Starlink would have seen them by now. We haven't seen anything. Yes, you have. Starlink has video of it that the public has seen, and he doesn't even know. So I'm not trying to like shit on Elon Musk too much, but total disregard.
Okay.
He's high.
So, what do you have right now? Your cafe is closed.
I sold the cafe about 10 years ago. And I moved
Did
back
it sell
up
well?
here. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't sell the name though.
Ah, okay.
The name was too near and dear. Like I couldn't have somebody fuck up Flying Saucers Cafe.
Okay. So you still have it. You could potentially reopen it.
I could.
Okay.
I thought about it. Sabine will open it.
Yeah. How do you interact with your community nowadays?
Like the UFO people?
Yeah.
I have a TikTok channel.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And my YouTube channel that I launched the Blob from is very much still there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And what kind of videos do you post?
What I do now, when I got my second wind with UFOs and aliens, when I was like, okay, now I really believe this, and now I don't have to like take leaps of whatever. It's sort of commentary on the world of UFOs, and I debunk a lot of stuff, and I shoot down a lot of the big names in UFOs because they're so easy to shoot down because they're faking. Which is like, I'm a total believer, but these fools are faking it. Like, have you ever heard of Stephen Greer?
No.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh, man. I mean, he just, he'll be on the big news network sometimes. Whenever anything UFO comes up, they'll get his ass on there. And he's so full of it. he's been caught lying. He always predict. Right now, he has a prediction in 72 hours. Man, the whole world is gonna know about UFOs and alien. Bullshit. He says that all the time. Totally full of it. So there's like this whole world of sort of baby boomer UFO gurus that claim to have all the answers, and they sell books and do tours and all that. Not real. So I sort of steer the public on how to think about UFOs. Like, what's the good stuff? What is the crap? But you can still be curious and have fun and think of crazy ass theories, and you can have fun with it, but you don't have to like believe outright lies,
I see.
But you also just have to admit that you don't know what it is. It could be octopus for all we know.
Okay.
But it's just happening.
So, do you want to see a real UFO, right?
I would love to.
And do you have a plan on how you're going to achieve that? Or like a idea?
I would love to. I've always wanted to go off the coast of San Diego, where they see them all the time, fishing boats and all that.
And is it publicly available? Can a person like you,
I mean, people see them all over the world.
Go there? Okay.
All over the world.
But like, where you assume that their hub is?
Yeah, it's about 100 miles off the coast of San Diego.
Okay.
I would love to. I mean, I'd love to go to Roswell, but that's more
you
as a
need to
tourist.
go deep diving, right?
No.
Oh, no.
They just fly in the air, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like fishing boats all the time report them. Or Department of Homeland Security had a crazy footage that they put out a couple years ago. It was over Puerto Rico, like looking for drug cartel boats. It's like basically border patrol.
Yeah.
And they're flying, looking for submarines, and they filmed one of those Tic Tacs. It's like gold standard, dude. You see this thing flying, and it's like, wow, what is that? And the sensors all say like, here's its volume, here's its density, here's its size. There's no propulsion, and it goes over, and they're filming it, and then this is really because it splits into two. It splits into two, and then they fly, and then it goes underwater and comes out again. And it's like 3 minutes straight of like Homeland Security footage. And they submitted it to the Pentagon. And they thought it was classified. The Pentagon said, that's not classified. So they put it in their database where people like me found it in there. They're like, holy shit. And they're like, yeah, it's not classified. We don't know what it is. So down there, you can see that stuff, but you see them everywhere,
Has there been like any pattern identified where you can just like kind of ballpark that at that time or at this, I don't know, season that'll show up? No, right?
No.
They're very random.
Pretty random.
And
Pretty random.
How often do people see them? Like once a year, like once in 3 years, or it could be like,
the classic Tic Tac, like the ones that I think are real. I would say there's 500 a year.
500 a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they this last year in the East Coast, you hear about the drone swarm. Did you see all that? Where they closed down. What was it? I think it was the Long Island Airport.
Okay.
They closed it, and Wright-Patterson Air Force Base closed because drones were coming in all the time and hovering. Couldn't do anything about it. It was all over the news. Those were not drones. That was like Tic Tacs. But there's like often in a single day, you'll get 50 sightings around the world on film that are legit. But there's hundreds.
Wow.
And the Navy will put out footage every once in a while. So they're around. It's around.
Okay, so you pretty much 50 times a day people see them around the world.
Probably, yeah. Or more. I mean, I don't know. It just I don't know how to put a number.
Oh, I'm just to get an idea.
Hundreds
like how
and
often
hundreds a
people
year
see,
of good ones.
Back in the day when, I don't know, when I was little, when I used to watch like some UFO stuff, it usually like once in a while type of a thing. Like, there's this farmer, like it said, like a hillbilly.
It was always a hillbilly.
yeah.
He would get effed in the A out by his trailer park by a flying saucer, right?
And I'm from like Kazakhstan, and I was like, why is it always in America that people see UFOs?
We love them.
Yeah.
And it is American folklore also.
Yeah.
And there's the government lies also about it. So it's like this crazy mix. There's like the real thing. There's folklore. It's like a religion practically here. But there's also the real thing. And the government puts in weird... I think they are faking to some degree the UFO thing to distract us.
Okay. Where in the world do you think are the hubs? We know San Diego is the one of the biggest one, right?
In the North Sea.
North Sea.
By Scotland. Okay. Up north up there.
Okay.
Off the coast of Florida,
Okay.
there's a big one, which incidentally is the Bermuda Triangle. That it's the same thing.
Okay.
Off the coast of Halifax, Canada,
Okay.
off of Yemen. Yemen has like one Indian Ocean, but there's a couple, but mostly the North Sea and here are the
Interesting.
big ones. Yeah, it's
Oh,
weird, man.
And your theory is they're mining.
That's what I think they're doing.
interesting.
I don't know what else they would be doing, but they're deep down there somewhere. You know?
How deep you think?
Very.
Can people dive
No.
to that to
No,
those
no,
depths?
not even
Not
close.
even close. Okay.
No, these are some of the deepest trenches in the world. Like
Those-
the one off of
those
San
hubs
Diego,
we're
that's
talking?
like the big trench, right?
Okay.
I always mispronounce the. Sounds like the Marinara Trench, like
I know
Marina, whatever the hell.
Mariana Trench.
Mariana,
is
yeah.
in Indian Ocean, right?
No, that's
Mari-
here. It's the one that starts up in San Francisco and goes down to Chile. That's like that big one of the deepest in there.
Oh, okay.
They're down there.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's weird to think that they don't care. And it's not like, and they maybe, if it's an AI, maybe it's so old we'll never know who made them. You know? Like, it's just very strange. But then it's like, are they really aliens, or are they just sort of cohabitating on Earth with us and we didn't know? It's weird. But for me, though, I find,
Could us be aliens and they are just natives that used to
Yeah.
live before us? And
yeah,
we just came and-
colonizing them. Yeah. You know? Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. You know, I don't know. But they're not coming from space. I don't think they are.
And you don't think there was recently any like space extraterrestrial activity?
I mean, of course the universe would be teeming with life, right? Mm-hmm. But not anywhere near us. And we don't see them coming out of deep space. Like Hubble doesn't see them. James Webb doesn't see them. There's the thing about that comet coming right now, you know, that 3-eye atlas people are freaking out about, which is a cool comet. Interstellar, which means it's probably 1 billion years old. But some of the more annoying UFO people are like, oh, that's an alien, man, it's coming. It's like, no, it's just like a comet or whatever. But we don't see them anywhere there. Like, we are alone, right? Anywhere near us, we're totally alone. But we have that weird stuff already here. But we are aliens, right? I mean, you got like a tadpole and a praying mantis and us and a whale. It's like those are all life in the universe, and there's just something else down there. You know?
That has very advanced technology.
Yeah.
That can levitate without propulsion. And then split.
Some weird space-time.
And then
stuff.
very quick. Very fast.
I can show you a video. There's recently a U.S. drone or a fighter, whatever plane, shot a Hellfire missile at one. And Congress put it out in their last conference. They showed it. So the government was the first one to show any of us this video. You see this tic-tac thing flying, you know, in the military camera filming it, and you see the Hellfire missile come right at it. It goes right through it. And then the little tic-tac turns into like 5 of them, forms a formation, and just keeps going. It's very weird.
So they're like these, what is it called? Amoebas or something, right? They can just split and they still can be...
Yeah.
how do you
It's
say?
far
Autonomous.
weirder than anything.
And
So
you
strange.
mentioned that this is like some ancient AI.
I think so.
That implies that somebody created that, right? Because it's artificial.
Yeah.
And who do you think those are?
I have no idea. But if you think about evolution of organisms, right? So we started from like what, amino acids or something. But Earth isn't that special, right? Like the conditions for life or whatever. It's not so crazy here. It's probably all over the universe. But what do you think of this? What if life around the universe starts as amino acids and sometimes sprouts up into life, then dies, right? By mistake dies. But like real evolution, it's just tens of thousands of millions of tries. And every once in a while something gets through, and that's what evolution is. What if in the universe, the natural evolution of anything is to go AI? And to like put yourself into a cloud or morph it with AI, and that's how you go on. Because can you imagine humans being alive for 500,000 years? No,
Probably
right?
not.
No. Either we would get, the weather would kill us, or something. Like, I don't see anything lasting that long. Dinosaurs were around a little while, die. Humans, like, so maybe there's like 1 trillion human type civilizations in the universe. Most of them get really like, oh, cool, we have airplanes, we have this. Oh, whoops, we've died. But there's 1 trillion others trying. But maybe the ones that keep going stop being biologic life and turn into AI.
Interesting.
Then you could live on.
Have you heard this theory about, like mycelium being
Fungus?
fungus being like an intelligence
Yeah.
in the world, and if there will be ever extraterrestrials, they would be actually communicating with them rather than us,
Yep.
because they're living a lot longer.
I love that you are onto that. It's so weird, but it makes sense, right? I mean, fungus is way older than anything else. Like, we have more in common with broccoli than we do with fungus.
Yeah.
Like, we like merged with like that shit way more recently than like fungus
And the
does.
amount of data it carries, right? The amount of nutrition it kind of carries around, it disintegrates stuff. It
Yep.
brings life to other organisms.
And
It basically
there's a cloud
regulates
of it.
everything.
Yeah, there's a cloud of it around the Earth, of spores, literally like a protective shield of spores. And if like one area, this is true, one area of the Earth that gets like messed up, like the climate gets weird, spores will come down and develop a new plant to
At which
poison
layer?
that animal, kill it, and change the entire thing, and then go back.
At which layer we're talking?
It's outside of the stratosphere, so it's like ionosphere, whatever it is. But it's like fungus is like our nervous system, and it just like messes with everything, and it's very weird, man. Totally aliens, right?
Those are like when it comes when it comes to me, when I'm thinking about this is like the closest one to something extraordinary that is a lot more, I don't know, adaptable than human beings or something, or
Also
like
shrooms.
intelligent. Yeah.
Right? I mean, shrooms, weirdest thing in the world.
Yeah.
That you could like eat something and then just see the entire universe and completely go on
Almost
this trip.
like you're,
what is that?
Almost like you're downloading some data that is
Yeah.
like in this hard drive, right, of the shrooms. And there's also they're saying like the mushrooms is just basically like a seed of the whole fungus thing, right? It's just like the last form, like a seed. Like, this is the fruit.
Yeah.
Of,
I mean, isn't the biggest organism in the world under a full forest? It's like one giant mushroom under a forest.
Yeah.
And every little mushroom you see popping out miles apart is part of the same thing. It's weird.
And then I also heard like the trees, and like there's like a mama tree, and then there's like multiple different trees, and the way that they send nutritions to each other is through fungus,
That's so
through
weird.
mycelium.
That's weird. If fungus was the aliens, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, that's something.
It's so strange. Maybe that stuff's floating around the universe. And
And chances are the fungus in the water too, right?
but the thing is though is that they're building crafts that fly, and that's the weirdest, right? Because like you could just think about like mushrooms all day, and it's the weirdest thing in the world. But the fact that there's
But
like
at least you
actual
can research
craft,
that. But those guys are very sneaky. Like if
Yeah,
they,
it's like-
if they
it's
want to be
conscious.
seen, they're seen. But if they don't want to see them or touch them or
they
do
get
damage to
filmed.
them,
They get filmed going into nuclear reactor bases.
Do-
They're like on film floating through, and we can't do anything
do
about
they
it.
ever damage property or damage people in any way?
That's up for debate. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, there's a ton of reports of people getting like radioactive poisoning being near them, or stuff like that. I don't know. There's a lot of reports of it, and there are government officials that claim some of this stuff, but it's hard for me to say because I don't.
I remember listening to a podcast back, I don't know, 5 years ago or something. There, like this Area 51 thing, that they caught something and they couldn't explain some of these materials.
Yeah, from Roswell.
Have you heard about that?
Of course.
Yeah. What is it? Could you?
1947, July of 47, UFO crashed on a ranch outside of Roswell. The rancher's name is Mac Brazel. I know this shit. So Mac Brazel, he goes to ride his horse out, and he finds the wreckage of a thing that's crashed. He calls the police and says, "Yo, there's like bodies out here of these weird looking things, and there's metal everywhere, and it's very strange." He calls the police. The nearby Roswell Air Force Base sends a guy named General Ramey and Jesse Marcel. Jesse Marcel is like Jesse Marcel and Ramey come from the Air Force Base. Army surrounds it, and they collect everything and And Brazel kept a piece of the metal. He calls it memory metal. You did, and it's famous. He said he could crumple it up and it would go right back. So it was 1947. The next day, in the newspapers all around the country, it read a headline: "U.S. catches a flying saucer from outer space." From a press release, we have one. The day after that, they say, "Just kidding, it was a weather balloon." But as the story goes, from Roswell Air Force Base, they sent the bodies to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base and the wreckage to Area 51. And that's the birth of American folklore. Dizzying amount.
Do you believe in it? Is that...
Yeah, I think Roswell happened.
Okay.
The guy who was the base commander, who was a super hardcore right-wing hawk, who was very cruel about... Because if anyone knew what really happened at Roswell, it was that guy. He was always just like, "You fucking hippies," because, it's like the 50s and 40s. Never said a word about it. He was just like, this is stupid. When he died in probably 2007, he had his lawyers release a deathbed affidavit that he had signed when he was alive. He goes, "I swore I wouldn't say when I was alive, but my secret will die with me, so I'm going to admit." And just in plain military speak, this guy says, "It was all real. This is exactly what I saw." Signed by his estate's lawyers, so when he died, he admitted. It's pretty cool.
I remember this guy, he was just like the smart person, and he got admitted to this Air 51 kind of a job. I don't remember, there was a podcast or something, he was talking about his story.
You know who that is? Remember I was talking shit about Stephen Greer?
Was that
Bob
him?
Lazar is 10 times worse.
Oh, is that him? So he got admitted to that job, and then
He did not get admitted to that job.
okay.
He's a guy that looks like Bill Gates.
Okay.
Right? Even
Okay.
nerdier than the young Bill Gates.
I've been listening to that. I remember I was driving and listening, and I remember something like this. So there's just this crazy lab and a very high security place, and he got admitted.
Yeah, he got admitted.
And then he saw this technology, and nobody can explain
Element
what that is.
115.
Yeah, something like that.
He's full of shit, dude. Sorry.
Okay.
He's a legend. He's like the Beatles of UFO. Totally full of shit. He was a camera technician outside of that base in town.
Okay.
He did not go to MIT. There's no record of him at MIT, which he said he went to. He never had a security clearance there. He never any of it. But he just whipped together this whole story about all of it, saying he's a physicist. And then when people found, Neil deGrasse Tyson, I think was the one of these guys background checked him. They're like, "Yo, he never went to MIT. None of his story checks out." And he's like, "They deleted me because of how high I'm deep, security." And it's like, well, then why are you on TV all the time talking about it? Wouldn't you be worried?
Question.
Yeah,
So
he's full of shit.
if there is a life like this, is there a special, I don't know, a group of people that specifically try to find that activity?
Yeah.
Who are those?
For the government that investigate? Yeah, definitely. There's the one that we know about is AATIP. It's Advanced Aeronautical something. AATIP is the Pentagon's UFO team.
Okay.
But the deeper one that supposedly knows way more and is more secretive, and they funnel money around Congress, so Congress doesn't really know, which is why Congress is having these hearings about UFOs, because they're arguing, trying to get it out in the open because the money is being put aside. So they have all these weird black budget things for it. That's called Immaculate Constellation.
How big of a budget are we talking?
I
How
mean,
concerned is government? Like if they see something
very.
and they want to research, like we want to get to the bottom of
Yeah.
this, right?
Because we're
uh,
paranoid about China
uh,
and Russia having it. And they do.
okay.
And they have the
Figuring
same
out their
types of things.
technology.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
But I don't buy that we are able to.
We're not able to.
I don't think so. I mean, can you imagine if you found real ET stuff that you would even know possibly what to do with it? I don't. It just doesn't make sense. You know, people always like, well, that's where we got Velcro. That's where we got, like microfilaments. That's where we learned how to do. Like, I don't think so, man. It would be so far out of this world. But I do think we have recovered stuff, so they know it's real, but they just don't really know what to do with it. I could be wrong. But there is that group, though. Immaculate Constellation, A-Tip, all those is totally real.
But we're slowly kind of creeping up, trying to understand, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know, developing technology.
We try, yeah.
Some, I don't know, sensors, some sort of like.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any sort of weapon. Totally.
Would be cool to see those.
Yeah.
Just to see those. Like, what are you guys working on? And how close are we getting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they do have stuff, and I don't know if they can back engineer it, but to me that just feels like some of that mid-century American, like anti-communist Twilight Zone, like fantasy.
Okay.
I
So
just think it's like, dude, if it's fungus living in the bottom of the ocean, flying tic-tac crafts in around, like, there's no way in hell we would be able to make any sense of it, I don't think. But that's why my conspiracy is that the government knows something's up, but they don't have the answers, so they're covering up their ignorance.
And you think that with our states of like technology and knowledge and intelligence that we are at right now, we're very far from understanding what's.
I would
No.
imagine so.
Okay.
But we are, there arguably has been more of these in the last 80 years. So maybe as we've gone nuclear, they're concerned because they don't want us to like wipe out whatever they're doing. I could see that.
Okay. So
I mean, we've made more advancements in the last 30 years than we did in 1,000 years before that. So maybe they're onto that.
Okay.
I don't know.
So, but you think we're still like in our lifetime, we're probably not going to be able to figure that out.
I do think we'll be able. I think it's happening so often now. It's more and more. And now that the government is admitting kind of that it's real, I think that it's bursting to where there will be some acceptance soon that it's all real.
Okay.
I mean, you do have some of the people in the highest parts of the government not blocked out anonymous, full on admitting.
Would you be interested in doing that full time yourself?
Yeah, of course.
Should you get an opportunity? Mm-hmm. What kind of credentials or like, I don't know, you need to have in order to get into that kind of...
I mean, if it's unique views online, I have credentials. But no, for like physics and shit,
Not even physics, like to be like a researcher or to be like a person who wants to get to the bottom of this whole like...
the answer to that would have to be, because you can't just be a physicist, right? You can't just be like a writer or a lawyer or a pilot. Like to be an expert in anything, you probably just have to read every single major book ever written about it, all of them, and be able like if you've read 7 books on Gettysburg, like the big thick ones that no one reads about Gettysburg, the battle. If you've read all the major ones, you're an expert, right? Because you have all the info. So I think somebody to investigate that stuff for the government would have to just be somebody that knows more than everyone else, right? To at least guide them, because they're misguided,
How far along are you in that journey?
Yeah. I mean, it'd be fun. In terms of like reading everything or memorizing names and dates, I have all of it, I think. I mean,
Do you read a lot of books about UFOs? Okay.
yeah. I mean, Roswell, like
You read all of it?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
But that's why when you asked, I was like, yeah, Mac Brazel and Ramey in 1947, July, blah, blah, blah. It's like you just read enough of this stuff and you just transcend it. And then you're just sort of like, but that's why online, what I like to do is steer the public on how to think about it. And like, you should think of it this way, and it's really amazing and awesome, but admit that you don't know everything. And you can be curious and think of crazy ideas, but don't go down the whole thing of like abductions and the old school.
So let's say I'm like, this is my thought process. Let's say I really believe in this hub in San Diego and I want to find it. What would I do? I need to develop a technology that goes as deep, or
That would be
deep?
good.
Okay.
I would say you go out there in a boat, you get deep sea sonar,
Okay.
or some, whatever you could do,
Some camera or something.
camera, or you could,
Can we send drones?
yeah.
Underwater drones?
They do have them. I don't know what the range is. If you just want to film one and see it, I would say go take a boat out in that area as close as you can get to the military, because they have training grounds around there too. But I would say get out there and hang out to see if you see one. Try and get a ride with the military thing, like make up a reason why you should be there. I don't know. They are everywhere.
I mean-
but you know what's cool? I forgot to mention, my cousin's a fighter pilot. I call him my baby cousin, but he's not a baby. Clearly, he flies like what are they, F8 Phantoms? Like, he's been deployed a couple times. He's an active duty, like Top Gun for real. My cousin, and I've been bugging his ass for years about UFOs. Ever since he went to flight school and got his wings and all that, I always bug him. I'm like, dude, you know. And at his wedding 2 years ago, his cousin, I'm there bugging him on the side, like, tell me about the Tic Tacs, dude. What do you know? And he told me, this is great. He said, I have not seen a Tic Tac, but at all the Navy and Air Force flight academies, there's always a couple of the professors that have seen them. Every single one has professors that have seen them. There's protocols on what to do about them. And he said, on every naval warship, there's an office devoted to them. There's people in there that all they do is to film and study. He goes, that I can tell you. I'm like, wow. So what are they? I asked him, what are they? And he goes, aliens, dude. I'm like, really? That's what you guys think they are? He goes, yeah. He goes, our professors, this is like Top Gun flight school, literally. And he goes, the professor's like, yeah, man, aliens or something. It's very weird. It was cool. I got that at him.
The only part that kind of fascinates me about this, people say they've seen aliens, but like if I've seen something like that, I would wanna just go and just really try to find out how to get there. How to find how to figure out like a pattern or whatever, just to see. I don't know, interact, whatever it might take. But
it's the biggest question for humanity of all time, if it's real, right? Of course you want to go see them.
Yeah.
How to do it and plan it in advance, you'd have to go to one of these areas where they happen a lot.
But you've never gone yourself, right?
No, not down there. No.
Are you planning to, or?
I've tried. I tried to go to Raleigh, North Carolina to see my blob.
Okay.
Because when that was blown up, I'm like, I want to go there. And when we had the TV show that we were going to do, I pitched getting the crew and going to Raleigh and just opening up the city line and going in and seeing what's up. But they threatened to arrest me. Really? I was like, okay, I'll get arrested. That's okay. So the production company doing the show.
Why would they threaten you to arrest?
It's like city property.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't care. Arrest me. But just we'll bring cameras. So I'm going to get that on film. But the production company didn't want to do it.
Why?
I'm like, I want to see some blobs. I don't know. They just,
Interesting.
But I thought it'd be fun to go there and see the blobs. But for the alien thing, I think you'd have to go down in the water. You'd have to get there, go down there. But you don't have to. The evidence, I can send you a ton of stuff to see. But there's a lot of evidence that you can check out anyway. But to go see them with your own eyes, you just got to get as close as you can to that.
Okay.
I would love to.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
What else do you do, aside from UFOs? Living or?
I think about them 24/7.
You do?
Oh, yeah. It's like my life's, I don't know. I'm obsessed.
Okay.
I'm completely obsessed. But I am a professional artist,
Okay.
and I play music,
Okay. What do you play?
guitar, and sing and write songs.
Nice.
Yeah. So art and music have been sort of my since I was a tiny, like, a big deal. And the UFOs is like sort of a side obsession. But owning the restaurants, I just sort of worked my way into that. But since I sold the restaurant now, I teach art and I sell art, and I do play music too.
Sell art, you mean like you draw or
Paintings, yeah.
Painting. Oh,
Mhm,
okay.
like oil paintings.
Nice.
So like that part of my brain, the weird shit part, is the only part that works. The other part is just like annoying reality, you know. But yeah, I paint every single day. I mean, I probably draw and paint literally every day, 2 hours.
And you live around here, right?
Yeah.
In Bay Area.
Yeah.
And you, where do you sell your art?
I online.
Online.
Yeah.
And
I sell 'em online. I do
you
a
go
lot
to
of
physical
commissions.
places too?
Sometimes. I could do more, but I sell them online. I do a lot of commissions, like portraits, like pet portraits I do,
Oh,
or,
okay,
or
okay.
people portraits that they want in oil. I went to art school, so like classical oil painting is my thing.
Okay. And
Yeah.
the music stuff, you have a band, and do you go on a gigs, play?
Yeah.
Where do you go?
We just played Halloween in Pacifica,
Nice.
up the coast, at Winter's Tavern. I have a band called the Swamp Lights, which it's not an alien band, but similar enough, right? Swamp Lights is all original stuff. Yeah, I know. Tell you. And then my other band, we're called the Pretty Pennies, and it's a Stone Temple Pilots tribute band. So we do that too, which is super fun. I'd never been in a tribute before. I've been playing music in bands since high school, so 30 years, but never done a tribute. But my friends have been telling me forever, dude, you got to do a STP tribute. I'm like, okay. I mean, I love them. You know them? It's a good band.
No, I don't know them. Sorry.
You'd probably know some of their songs.
Probably.
But they're not like a one-hit wonder or three-hit wonder. They're like a 25-hit wonder. Really good. It's a grunge, early 90s.
Okay.
But my singing voice is, my register is identical to the singer, and I look like him, kind of.
That's cool.
And they're good. They're a really good band. So my friend's like, dude, you should do it, man. You should try. So I finally formed this band, and it's fun.
I noticed you have that voice too.
Yeah.
Did you develop it, or is
voice
it?
are real.
Yeah,
No, it's just,
that's cool.
Yeah.
It's like a podcast voice.
yeah, right.
Radio
I did
voice.
a voiceover
You
for
did?
the first time. Yeah, I play a grizzled Vietnam veteran. Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was through the art school I went to. They needed voiceover. I'm like, I'll do it. Fuck it. Sounds like fun. So I go there, and as soon as I said something, they're like, you should play the vet, like a grizzled war vet. I'm like, what? How would I be a grizzled war vet? And they're like, you just do it. So I did it. It was fun.
The voice.
It's like it's funny. It's online now. It's a cartoon. It's like an animated Vietnam
Do you sing?
sad.
You sing too, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
But
Do you have more like
I
a
was like, when I got into
baritone?
Laos and we bombed it, man. Blah, blah, that kind of stuff. It's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your voice is really cool. So on TikToks and YouTubes, you post video. You're talking, right? Oh, so yeah.
And I'll do videos of like what's big in the world of UFOs. But a lot of the time, I'm kind of polarizing because people that really believe in it hate that I'm skeptical about. Like if I shit on Bob Lazar, oh, people hate it. I'm like, dude, he's full of it, and you can easily prove it. So they hate that. But I just like to keep it real, and the stuff is real. So
Okay.
yeah, so a lot of videos and not really interviews. I used to do it on YouTube more, where I'd interview people, but
Well,
now
when
I just talk about UFOs.
When it comes like the definition of real for you is like if you see some footage from Pentagon, right, or from the San Diego, that is real, right?
Probably.
Okay.
I do think they fake some of it, but no, that's like legit, and it's not like somebody uploaded from their phone, because there's 3D programs in your phone, VFX apps that you can do very believable. So but that stuff is more real. It's credible.
Okay, credible. And how do you filter that? Like, you need to go to official website, or like it needs to be on like some CNN or like some official like I don't know network covering
Like,
that.
how do you know
Yeah, how do you
what's
know what?
credible and not?
Yeah, like the footage could be fabricated, right?
Oh, yeah.
Technically.
I've fabricated footage.
Yeah.
I have.
So how do you identify that is real? What's your identification method?
Well, if somebody sends me a video, because I get a lot of just like people to send stuff for me to just like review or whatever. The first thing I do is if there's audio, I check the audio first.
Okay.
Because if you're faking UFO stuff, you'll fuck up the audio before you fuck up anything else. So
Because it becomes more cliche sound.
well, you can hear cuts in there. Like you can hear more obvious editing in audio for UFO things than you would visually. If it's someone's cell phone footage, like you can zoom in and see pixels. You can like look through the color grading and find pretty quickly if it's fake. But it's hard now. But if it's like military footage, I find out where it's from. If I can just find if you can really find out that it came from them. Because sometimes military footage will come out that looks amazing, but there's no record of where in the hell it came from. So I'll just say it's probably fake.
Is there any like website or source that you usually think that is credible, or it has to be a combination of?
Man, it's like you just got to take it as they come, right? It's a big, disorganized, messy world out there, and stuff comes from everywhere.
Okay.
But no, there's not like the one credible one. Because like cable news, you can't trust really, right? It's like a corporate entertainment thing. If the government puts it out, it could be faked, but it's more credible than others. I usually just only trust myself to where I'll look and I'll check the if it's VFX or AI. You can run through AI filters, or whatever, like AI detectors. That'll know some of the time, or the audio. But there's like cell phone footage that I think is totally real. But you just have to go through your check down system to see if it's likely real or not. So
you have that kind of system.
yeah, I mean, there's different ones. But in the end, is it beyond a reasonable doubt that aliens are real? Yeah. Is there a proof? No. How could you prove it, right? But there's evidence. If it's a court case, yeah, totally it's real. But it's beyond a reasonable doubt. So there's always some element of not knowing totally.
Yeah.
But like, if you have those friends that are like annoying, they're like, oh, dude, aliens are stupid, man. Yeah, if one shows up on the White House lawn, then I'll believe it. Like, would you? If it was on TV, would you believe it?
Yeah.
It could be like, if you saw it with your own eyes, would you believe it? Maybe it's actors. Maybe it's fake. Like, what proof would there be? I don't think that exists.
Question: do you believe in like theory of simulation?
The math supports it.
So,
I don't think that the universe. I think that the universe is probably constructed in a way that is like a simulation, but I don't think that we are part of GTA 6 or whatever, But I think that the math and the physics supports the simulation theory. But I just don't think that it's like somebody playing a game with us in it. I just think the universe is probably constructed like a simulation. My dad's a trip to talk to about that stuff. He's a mathematician.
He's more about that simulation.
He loves it, yeah. But it's weird. The universe is weird like that.
So you think we live in a base reality?
How would you define reality?
Like for instance, we're trying to create this AI, and then we're trying to create these games like GTA, and the more iterations we make, we make it more real,
Yeah.
and more real, and to the point that it's almost indistinguishable from reality.
I can imagine the universe creates itself where consciousness looks. Like, open world video games, GTA.
Yeah.
It's not the whole planet there, but as your character is going, it's developing it everywhere you go with NPCs walking around. Like, as a battery saver, it's rendering it wherever you go. I could imagine the universe like that.
Processing saver.
Yeah, where it's like the universe just expands where you can see it. Or I can imagine something like that.
That's also, I think, brought up in quantum physics, right? Mm-hmm. If you're looking at it, it behaves a certain way. If it doesn't, if you don't look at it, it behaves the other way.
Yeah. That stuff is crazy, but quantum entanglement. You can control something across the universe or travel between spaces like that, but it's very crazy.
Weird.
But the math supports it. Like, that stuff is probably real. We just can't handle it, you know? But that's maybe where aliens are coming from.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that theory is like, if we can create something almost indistinguishable from our life down the line, then the question arises: chances are that we are not the first ones to create something like this.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But then is that life? If that's like artificial intelligence, when does it cease to be artificial? Right? It's like if we did a brain transplant, right? If I transplanted my brain to you, is it still you or is it me?
Or is it like a combination of
does it
brain
matter?
body?
But like, if you create AI that gets smart enough and starts feeling emotional or whatever, it's not really artificial anymore.
It's also like we're talking about these cyborgs, right? So imagine you're an amputee and you add a hand, like a robot hand, and then eventually your whole body could become like.
Would it still be you?
Yeah.
Right?
At which point it becomes not you, right?
Yeah. It's like that old Persian, was he? Plutarch, the philosopher, ancient Persia. He said, if a worship is completely replacement parts, is it still a worship? That was like his whole philosophy. Yeah, it's like, if you just replaced everything, if you took your car and you just replaced it with all other parts, is it still your car? I don't know. So like, life in the universe could just be weird like that.
Cool.
You know? Yeah.
Sounds good. I think we can take a break now.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Thank you for it was a cool conversation.
Yeah, man, I love it.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Love it.
Thank you.
Sweet. All right. Hey, there's a bathroom anyway.
Woo. What time is it? We did it for an hour, man.
Was it an hour?
It was quick.